Good morning, Hive fans. I think I've got volume now. Oh, welcome to today's live stream. This is game 6 of an exciting match between HappyKiwi and Frasco92. That's Patrick Berggren versus Francesco Salerno. HappyKiwi took a 3-1 lead in this 6-game match. All he needed was a draw in game 5, but Frasco fought back and won game 5, and we are going to a game 6. If Frasco's able to win, it'll be tied going into tie breaks. If HappyKiwi comes up with a draw or a win, he will move on into the semifinals. So let's take a quick look here at here is the bracket for the 2023 Hive Online World Championship. Bear with me while I pull this open. You can see in the top half of the bracket, Judoka versus Indus. Judoka currently leads 2.5 to 1.5. Game 5 is scheduled, I think, later today. If I'm still awake, maybe I will broadcast that. Of course, this is 5 o'clock in the morning here at my time I don't know, I hope it's a beautiful Saturday morning here in Florida. The second quarterfinal in the top half is Chigi versus Quadlibet, tied 2-2. So if the two previous world champions both win their matches, they will meet up in the semifinals. That would be Judoka and Quadlibet, but it is far from over. As you can see, both of those matches are still up in the air. Bottom half of the bracket, AE Norman 43 and KP 3 are tied at 2. And then this match, HappyKiwi versus Frasco92. So it has been exciting Hive so far in the tournament. I want to look at a little bit of statistics. This is just in the quarterfinals. The average length of time is 1 hour and 22 minutes. Interestingly, it's very, very close in amount of time, only 10 seconds difference between the two of them. But the average game length in the quarterfinals has been 153 moves. Unbelievable games. With a couple wins yesterday, White has a 62 to 38 advantage. This is just the quarterfinals, small sample size, top level play. White has 9. White's won 9 times, black won 5 times, and there's been 3 draws. Okay, just making sure my volume was up, and it is. So Patrick is in the lobby waiting for Francesco. So this has been extremely exciting Hive. I didn't know whether I'd be able to get up this early in the morning to stream, but set my alarm clock, and this old man was able to get up. So we've got Frasco and HappyKiwi both in the lobby. And Frasco says, "Have fun, Patrick. You too." So HappyKiwi is playing white, and the game is afoot. As can't think of Sherlock Holmes would say. Let's see if we can get this going. HappyKiwi starts with the ladybug, and surprisingly enough, Frasco doesn't play the ladybug, plays the grasshopper. And I think we are up and going. Wow, for the first time in quite a while, we don't have any glitches this morning. We've got the game room open and the review room going. Okay, we are underway. Frasco's already played his queen, and as surprisingly enough, many of the players now are not playing their queen until turn 4. We even actually got quite a few buffer openings going as well. Maybe if we get a chance, we'll look at some of the statistics from the quarterfinals. Not a buffered opening, somewhat of a standard queen configuration with a Z queen configuration, but definitely not standard with the grasshopper in as black's first bug. Now the question is, where is Frasco going to play his pill bug? And that's an interesting anti-spawn defense setup with the queen sandwiched between a grasshopper and a ladybug. Of course, the ant pins the mosquito, stopping this as a spawn point, and then Frasco brings in an ant. So with the all HappyKiwi needs is a draw to win the match, but I've learned from watching other matches and personal experience, you never play for a draw. You always have to be playing for a victory. And if you end up with a draw, okay. You can't start off playing for the draw. So the question is, oh, he's not going to play his pill bug. They're playing quite rapidly right now. Frasco pins the white ant, setting up a hex trap in these 2 kill spots. The danger, of course, is now if the mosquito either pins the ladybug or moves to there, then Frasco may not have an easy chance, although he could bring in the pill bug here and then move it to there. It place spawn it there and then move it to there. Maybe I should go over on X, formerly known as Twitter, and send a tweet out. Okay, I just sent a Twitter post. We'll see if that helps any. Okay, so HappyKiwi decides to begin the attack. Interesting that we're already to turn 13 and neither player has played their pill bug yet. So the winner of this match will go on to play the winner of the AE Norman 43 versus KP 3. And as usual on these live streams, there is a delay. This morning's delay is 3 minutes. Now that's very interesting, bringing in the spider. If HappyKiwi wants to continue his aggressive play, he could attack with the mosquito. That might allow Frasco to get an attack going, but the question is whether the white attack would land first. Or the other option might be leaving the mosquito in a defensive position and bringing in a second beetle, making the two beetle attack. But he decides to go ahead and make sure that he gets a pill bug in play. And very quickly, Frasco continues with his spider. Now, what that does, at least temporarily, removes ant movement from the mosquito. So obviously, the beetle will not move forward this direction. Although, no, because you don't know. That might, because it would then possibly allow the black pill bug to come in there. Most likely that the beetle is going to continue to move forward, climb up on the ant. But he could also be looking for bringing in the second beetle. But if he brings in the second beetle, then a black ant would pin one or the other of the two beetles. So I'm guessing that he's either going to climb up with the beetle or bring in final ant. And as quite often happens in these games, you can see the very beginning, ants usually are swarming around the hive because they're the best attackers and defenders. But there was a game in the quarterfinals where a player lost with an ant in reserve, and I've always made the comment that's never a good thing. So HappyKiwi climbs up with the beetle, making sure that he can get the beetle into play. And of course, what that does is that may allow defending beetle to be brought in here, or possibly the pill bug, a proximity pill bug there. And of course, Hive is still new enough that we don't have all these 200 plus years of opening theory that they do in the game of chess. I regularly watch a YouTube channel called Agadbator, and he regularly comments about, and during, when he's reviewing a game, we'll say, okay, we're in the game into turn 12, and it's still known history. Black ant comes in, and the white mosquito continues its march forward. I'm playing a game over at Board Game Arena where actually I think I might have finished that one. It seemed like I had forgotten, because I did, to get my pill bug in play, but was able to end up defending and attack with the pill bug. So Frasco uses the ladybug to pin the ant. And a spider comes in here. Interesting. Okay, what the spider does is it anchors down the black mosquito when the beetle moves away. But it's also threatening to pin either one of these black bugs. And of course, if you can force your opponent to pin a spider using one of their ants, usually that's a good gain. And while we've got a little bit of a break here, waiting for Frasco's next move, I'm going to show you something that I got shipped to me by Cower50, Carl from South America. This is the t-shirt that he sent. Limited edition t-shirt, I might say, from the Samanduas, the 2023 Hive Online Team Championship champion. Okay. Black beetle comes in and white jumps out and pins it. Of course, early in the match, it's early in the game, it's always struggling to see who's going to qualify for the win first. And right currently, uh, White has almost qualified for the win because Black does not have the pill bug in play yet. Black anchors down the queen. That's a spawn point for the second beetle. And I think Frasco is guaranteed to get the second beetle into play and up. Because if White does play an ant now, Black has an ant to pin it. And then Black beetle comes in and climbs up. Very interesting how very, very quickly Hive games venture out into new territory. I don't think I've seen a match like this. Right, a game like this. Okay, we have our first viewer on our live stream this morning. Welcome. Although I hope that's not me. I'm guessing Frasco's going to be almost forced to pin that ant because you don't, there's only one beetle available. You don't want that ant to be able to. Although interesting, if he pins it, then the mosquito can just climb down and gain ant power. So it may not be. Let's take a look at timing. The timing, of course, is 20 minutes plus 20 seconds a move. Neither of them are concerned with it right now. So he does bring in the beetle. And so I'm going to guess that White is going to pin it. Well, if White pins it, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so White pins it now. Black can form the ring a couple different ways and free the beetle. Oh, interesting. Frasco has kept his pill bug as an attacking force. So let's look at reserves. White still has 3 grasshoppers, a beetle, and a spider. Black has 2 grasshoppers and a spider. So Frasco is throwing defense to the wind. all-out attack, allowing the beetle to get up, allowing HappyKiwi to qualify for the win by keeping the pill bug away from the queen. But now you can see well, it's interesting. The hex trap is not as beneficial as it could be because right now the defending grasshopper is bidirectionally pinned and not free to move. So of course, Frasco's threat is the pill bug to there, which then allow him to warp the beetle into here. I totally missed the placement of the beetle here because now Frasco could anchor down the ant. Then when he moves the pill bug in, the beetle could move forward. And Frasco playing black would have complete control of the ant game. And of course, the black ant is in position to pin the second white beetle if it should come in. And it's very interesting that Frasco has been playing has been doing a very good job of controlling spawn points. Not only controlling the ant game, but controlling the spawn points. I don't think there's any time. I mean, a beetle comes in. Yeah, wherever the beetle comes in, it's going to more than likely get pinned. White could aim a spider for this spot. On a spider there. 1, 2, 3. Would almost force this black ant away. So early on this Saturday morning, it is 5:30 a.m. here on the East Coast of the U.S. Maybe it's too early in Europe on a Saturday morning. People have other things that they're doing other than Hive, unlike our combatants today, HappyKiwi and Frasco. So HappyKiwi's in a deep think. Approaching the 6-minute mark. And he brings in a grasshopper. Okay. That grasshopper has an angle of attack to this spot. Interesting. He goes ahead and uses the ant to pin the grasshopper. Is he allowing second beetle to spawn? If HappyKiwi wants to play a little bit conservatively here, he could bring in a grasshopper here, which then would force the beetle to go the long way around. Nope, he doesn't. Okay, he's already moved. He's moved forward with the beetle, anchoring down the queen. And as expected, Frasco moves the pillbug in, which is now threatening to warp the beetle in, which the beetle can then qualify for the win. Oh, interesting. Okay. He advances with the beetle. Maybe he's saying, oh, interesting. Okay, that's very interesting because the white beetle moving forward could possibly stop the black beetle before it gets to covering the white queen. Because if the beetle gets warped to here, white beetle just covers it. Yes, this has slowed down black's attack quite a bit. And again, white is suffering from very, very few spawn points. Got the spider here. Of course, if you use this spawn point, the black queen just escapes from the ring. Other than that, you've only got grasshopper, and then way over here on the far reaches of the hive, not within very good attacking distance. Definitely a very interesting game from Frasco's standpoint. Did not bring the pillbug in defensive position, allowed the white beetle up early. Now, what would happen if HappyKiwi continued the beetle to there? Frasco would probably just move the... I missed something. Yes. White grasshopper came in down here, and then the black beetle moves forward. So black is going to qualify for the win. So here's a question for Judoka if he watches this video. We know what a proximity pill bug is. That's when your pill bug is in proximity to your black queen. Is this an attack, a, an attacking proximity pill bug? Okay, the white mosquito moves forward. Black beetle moves forward. That's interesting because forming this ring removes the bidirectional pin from the ladybug. So the ladybug, when either of these kill spots get filled, the ladybug is free. Black beetle has covered the white pill bug. Of course, white will probably spawn a bug here. Oh, free that ladybug if the ring is formed. And white is also threatening to jump to here to free the white ant with the attacking grasshopper. A very good example of a defensive ring used to free the defending ladybug. So HappyKiwi may be putting up a very good defense here. all pivoting around this ladybug. Okay, that's what I thought he might do. He pins the grasshopper in place because if the white grasshopper attacks, then white can just warp or black can just warp the ant in. But the key spot for black's attack is going to be the location of the ladybug right now, because of course the pill bug can take this spot, then a black grasshopper could play here or here, with more than likely would play it here with an angle of attack to that spot. But once these things have happened, black has to figure out a way to get a bug into this spot. Okay, the white mosquito moves forward, which removes the black beetle as an attacker, and it also stops the spawn point here. So if black spawns the grasshopper, comes to there, ladybug moves, black spider jumps in, still getting to that spot's going to be difficult. Okay, so he did spawn the grasshopper here. Let's take that's timing is now becoming an issue. HappyKiwi's under 2 minutes, while Frasco still has 15. And I think the general consensus is defending takes more concentration and more time than attacking. So Frasco is definitely on the attack, even though HappyKiwi qualified for the win first. Okay, he jumps in with the grasshopper. Black almost has to warp the ant in because you can't leave the ant free. You definitely do not want that white ant running around the outside of the hive. And that's what he does. Minute 30 counting for HappyKiwi. The ladybug. Yeah, this is a complex situation here. Interesting. Grasshopper jumps out. Grasshopper jumps out. The black grasshopper jumps in. White has to move the ladybug. Interesting. Jumping out to there, white is now threatening to pin the ant. So he takes the setup shot with the black ant. Now, is there any way white can defend against a grasshopper coming in here? Don't think so. Yep. Black grasshopper comes in here. There's nothing that white can do about it. Wow. What a game. Congratulations, Frasco. Back very early on at like turn 10 or 15, I would never have guessed that Frasco was going to be able to pull this one off. Frasco says, crazy game. Wow, what a game. We're tied at 3 going into tie breaks. Are they going to continue the tie breaks now? Or are they going to take a deep breath and continue later? We will close the review room. Back to the lobby. And of course, if you'd like to make a small cash contribution to my channel, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link down below. So let's see if there's any conversation in the lobby. Are they going to continue with the first round of tie breaks? And I don't actually remember. I'm going to have to go over here. First round of tie breaks is 10 plus 10. Welcome, Carl. He has joined the lobby at Board Space. Carl, of course, is the Tower 50 part of the Hive Fair Play Cup champions. And thank you, Carl, for sending me this limited editions t-shirt. I will wear it with pride. Carl told me that there are only six copies of this t-shirt were made, one for each of the 4 members of the championship team, and then he sent one to me, and he sent one to Pedro, which is Ordep Kubik, which is also another Hive YouTuber, primarily in Spanish. Oh, HappyKiwi has left the lobby. Let me just send a little note to Frasco. Is the match going to continue this morning? And we'll wait for Frasco's response. Meanwhile, I'll go back over here to my to the spreadsheet and enter Frasco's victory. So Frasco down 3-1, came back to win game 5 and 6. Get a cough drop here. My throat's a little dry this morning. I hope you all have been enjoying the Hive replays without commentary that I've been doing for all the games in the World Championship. One thing it's allowed me to do is to more closely examine each one of the games. I'm going to have to spend some time on some videos on these games. Some of them have some very, very uh, instructive positions in them. No answer from Frasco yet whether they're going to continue playing. He's still in the lobby. I'll tell you what we're going to do. While we're waiting, let's do a quick review of this game. I always make my review rooms private because I've learned that if someone can join your review room and start moving around pieces, it's never a good thing. So let's while we're waiting to see if they're going to play, Frasco hasn't responded to my question yet. Now let's just go over here to my stat sheet. So with Ladybug and Grasshopper, let's go ahead and get this so you guys can see it. This is all of the games in the 2023 Hive Online World Championship, including the Board Space Open. A total of 527 games. White starting bug, black starting bug with a white starting bug, a ladybug, black starting bug of grasshopper only occurred 46 times as 8.8% of the time. Over 50% of the time, you've got ladybug versus ladybug. A little aside there on some statistics. Maybe I'll do a review of a more thoroughly review of statistics later on. Frasco still hasn't responded to my question. So let's real quickly go through here. Again, surprising. HappyKiwi did not play the queen until turn 4. And it was quite a while before either player played the pillbug. Black jumped in with a proximity with a X-trap position, pinning the white ant. White beetle attack. Interesting spot here. What the spider did was it removed the ant power from the mosquito. Black spawning in this position with the ant removed this spot as the spawn point. And black begins the control of the ant game, which was critical in this game. Pinning down the queen. And this is where I missed this. It would be interesting to know if Frasco had planned this all along. By spawning the beetle here, the beetle cannot be stopped from climbing atop the hive. Pillbug spawns in an attacking position rather than a defending position. White ant pins the black ant pins the white grasshopper. There's a very interesting situation here because the white beetle is defending against the black beetle, forcing the black beetle to take the long way around. So it's a very interesting plan that Frasco had. And then it comes down to a very tense situation, all centered around this ladybug spot. Black releases the ant on one grasshopper to pin the other grasshopper. Grasshopper spawns with the angle of attack to this kill spot. And white stops the black spider. So unlike some of the games that lasted 100+ moves, this one didn't. It's over in 58. So congratulations to Frasco. Tied it up 3-3. It will be going to tie breaks. Doesn't look like they're going to be playing right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this live stream for now. In about 3 hours, there's going to be another match being played. If I can get a little bit of sleep between now and then, it is 6 o'clock a.m. here on the East Coast. We might be live streaming yet again today. So thank you very much for joining me today. As always, don't forget 3 publications that I have published. They're available on Amazon and Canon of Hive Groundwork. Uh, Judoka, World Champion Judoka's excellent book. And of course, we're all waiting with bated breath for the second uh, second volume of his planned 3-volume trilogy, The Canon of Hive Opening Theory, which now that he's involved heavily in the tournament, he's probably not spending a lot of time on his book. So hopefully it'll be out before the end of the year. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining today. Don't forget, you can make a small cash contribution to my channel by buying me a coffee. Oh, wait, Random Access Beam says good day to all Hive enthusiasts. I'm just going to say good morning in RAM or Random Access Beam. And I'll make a chat note. Again in 3 hours for Judoka versus Industus. But for now, ciao.